when it comes to Pulse Chain, I have majority of my crypto holdings on Pulse Chain, but then within Pulse Chain, I have it split up within the RH ecosystem. So for me, I have 75% of my holdings within like the core RH tokens, and then I have another 15%, which is in like my like personal long-term holdings that I think are going to do really well in the future. And then the other, what are we, like 5% left, I have in like my degen plays. These are speculative plays where, I'm going to toss $100, $200 at it and see what happens with it. Money that I'm okay with losing, because, I don't need to worry about like, hey, am I going to not be able to pay my rent the next day, whatever it might be. So that's the big thing with these degen plays is that, guys, like, and honestly, with all of crypto, the money that you're using should be money that you're okay with losing, because you can wake up the next day and that money can be all gone. So, don't trust anybody. Don't trust like even RH himself. I don't think that's gonna happen. But like it's just one thing to know in crypto is that don't.
Or, or you can roll over and you have 40K in your bag, and you're
Yeah.
just like, what do I do now?
Exactly.
You sell 80%, and then you move those 80% into your RH home run balls.
Exactly. Yeah. When it comes to finding the plays, obviously, Twitter is like your best friend. All right, so I'm gonna do a bit of talking. Looking at the duck chart because it's a good example of kind of like what you should be looking for when you're playing these like degen plays, meme coin plays, and things like that. So like I said, the first thing what you want to look for is kind of like a narrative behind the token. Right, so like once I'm on Twitter, once I'm on Deck Screener, say I find a post about a play, whatever it might be, I'm gonna go research that play. Is this name interesting to me? Like, what about this token kind of like caught my eye, right? Once I do that, I'm gonna try find the Twitter, try find the Dex tools, try find the Telegram group, all of that stuff. I'm gonna do all my checks and balances, make sure everything's really clean in there. One thing which I hate is when I go into a Telegram group and it's just like, I don't know. There's two sides to it. One is absolute moonboy math talk, which is going on in the Telegram group. Sometimes that can be good. I understand when the chart is pumping, it's going to all-time highs. There's going to be a lot of moonboy math talk. So that's fine. But like if um, so that's one thing to look out for. If it's too much Moonboy math talk, usually that means everyone is way too euphoric. Maybe wait for your opportunity to enter. But if it's not so much, then maybe you've come at the right time. Next thing is like kind of like how is the team engaging with the people in there, right? Like, are they being really nice? Are they answering questions properly? Are they taking feedback from the holders, or is the team non-existent? Are they not present? If a team is not present, that's red flag like 911. Like, I'm out of there instantly. Like, you can't pay me enough to be in that chat room because I'm gone, right? So that's one of the big things which I really look for as well. And then after I've done all that, I'm also gonna go and I'm gonna do my due diligence on the blockchain, right? I'm gonna go see, hey, is the liquidity burnt? Is the liquidity locked? What does the holder count look like? So let's take a look, say for Duck, for example. So looking at the LP, we see there's 11 people holding the LP. Number one holder is the dead address holding 55% of the LP, so that's really solid. And then you see there's some people in the community who've also gone and provided LP. That's usually a pretty good indicator. If you see community members are providing LP, that's something which you want to see. That means that people do believe in the long-term success of the project. Holder count on Pulse Chain, 1,250 holders. That seems really good to me. We've seen, top meme coins with like 14, 15,000 holders. So this one having 1,200 holders. We go to their Twitter page here. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so Twitter is okay. Pinned post, IH tweet. I like it. Space yesterday, tweet yesterday, tweet the day before. Yeah, it looks like activity every day, so that's really solid. That's what you want to see. So from there, like after I've done all of this, I'm like, okay, you know what, it's good. I'm probably gonna ape into this, and then go from there. So now the next thing which I want to look at is, okay, at what point do I want to find my entries into this chart? So looking, let's say you had been looking at this from the day it launched and you caught it on the first day, right? It had its insane run up. Looks like it peaked at about 870, 880K here. And then obviously it needed to do a cool down, right? So it G'd it down to about 200K here. Now, if I was to put a fib on this, what you're gonna notice is that this 200K level is actually probably right below. Yeah, look at that, look at that, like clockwork, like clockwork. So right at the line there of the 236 for the fib is right where it found its bottom. So if I see a chart start to hold support right here at this level, that to me is a very, very bullish indicator that like, hey, people are supporting this chart. They don't want it to go down. If I see it start to go like way, way, way below underneath this level and it starts to like droop down, like I'm probably not gonna enter that token. The token's dead. The community's not there. They don't believe in it. A lot of things like that. These are kind of like signs of that. But then we see it hovered here for this is the 25th. So from the 24th all the way up to the 29th or the 30th. So there was 5 days, 5 days where you could have got this thing right at the very bottom. And then it made its run up again. We see it ran up to its previous all-time high before it went to like its old all-time high. So it ran up to here, and then it retraced again. What I want you guys to understand is that when you see these huge bursts of momentum to the upside, there will always be a retracement. So do not FOMO in. No matter what, whatever goes up must come down. So there will always be a retracement. Do not FOMO in. Try to find your entry.
Well, but you can like with the that kind of momentum as well. If you're early enough, you can trade it.
Yes,
So
yes,
that's what I so but like have that short term mentality. So like have maybe an hour, maybe have 6 hours, maybe it's a day. But honestly, like after a day, it's 9 times out of 10 when it's doing some kind of run like that,
you've missed your
it is
entry.
time. Well, you miss your entry, but you, like also like when I like think about like my degenning type of thing, it's just like I'm like sometimes my degenning is just going into a contract, getting a couple percents, like 8, 15, 21%, and then selling it. And then but it like obviously I know what's actually happening with like the momentum, looking at the telegram, um getting all those key points, especially with those tokens that actually just it's not like a big hype for right at launch, because ultimately we don't even know what happened during those times. It actually depends on the team and all that kind of stuff, but like yeah,
Yeah,
just understand your like you can TA meme coins, so
you
just
can, you can. So yeah. Now, when it comes to taking profits on these things, so for me, my strategy typically is once I make a 2x, 3x, whatever it might be, I'll pull out my initial plus a little bit more. Why? Because I want to make sure this is a safe play. If I still have my initials in there when the play makes a 2x, 3x, 4x, I'm going to be constantly worried about it. If I pull out my initials plus a little bit more, once it makes that 3x, then, I can completely, just chill with this play, rent free in my mind. I don't have to worry about it, and that allows me to be able to
rent
ride all
free.
these different waves. Yeah, it allows me to be able to ride all these different waves up, down, whatever it might be. One strategy as well, which I really love, which I just discovered probably about 2 3 weeks ago, is LP. LP is something that people do not talk about enough when it comes to meme coins and being a degen. But man, LP is a game changer. So think about it like this. When you LP, you're essentially able to DCA into the chart and DCA out of the chart. And the more volume that you get, you're essentially selling your tokens and getting more of both tokens on both sides. So if someone had been sitting in LP on Duck here, let's say they paired it to Pulse, they would have gotten a bunch of Pulse on the run up here. And then on the way back down, they'll be building up their bags with more Duck, more Pulse. The whole time this chart is bouncing sideways, you're just getting Duck, Pulse, Duck, Pulse. Goes on a huge run up, more Pulse. Back down, more Duck. duck pulse, and then here they got an insane amount of pulse, and now they're slowly being DCA'd back out into duck and more pulse. So I love Alpine when it comes to meme coins and when you get there early, because that's an easy way for you to actually DCA out of your position without dumping on your friends and without affecting the chart. So it's really lovely. I think Alpine is something that people really need to look into as well when it comes to meme coins. When it comes to really any play in crypto, Alpine is a great way to play it. And then, yeah, once you've done all that, you've taken your initials, you've taken your profits, see what's going on in the Telegram group, see what the team is building, see if they have plans, plan out, like once you've already pulled out your initials, your profits, make your decision, like what is my exit point on this, right? If it goes to 10 million market cap, am I going to exit fully? Do I see this thing has long-term utility, long-term vision? Is this a bag that I'm going to keep, for the long term? And then as it moves up again, I'll continue to take my profits in those different increments. Usually, if it makes a stupid high, I'll start to take profits at that point, and then I'll actually go and add LP at that point, because then I'm going to DCA down, accumulate more tokens, and then be able to sell it when to run up again. So there's a lot of ways you can play meme coin. There's a lot of ways you can play these utility plays. Through DGEM 101, I feel like if you use the strategies which we talked about, you're actually going to be super, super, super successful when it comes to trading crypto, trading meme coins, trading on Pulse Chain in general. Was there anything I missed, Coach, or what do you think?
Well, let me just add to like the LP like thing, like how you're talking about, but like that's another way how you can like trade. So what's to say that you want more hex without buying more hex? Okay, so that's where you just, what's to say you bought $500 of duck right here. Okay, at 10, or you're at a 10K market cap. You're being a, all right, okay, let's be a better degen. You throw in $100 into the and then you put another side of $100 of hex at 10K, and ultimately Duck went up to what, a $800,000 market cap. So that is a 80x. Yeah,
Yeah,
80x. So you just made 80x more of your hex by just having that liquidity, creating a market maker, and then you can just exit out at the top, and you just change that $100 into basically $4,000 of hex. Am
for
I doing
free.
that math right?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
That's